The role that we saw of Canada in Haiti is one of propping up the institutions that maintain the system of inequality that I've showed you in the slides. We saw very little evidence of aid programs coming from Canada or the United States or France or anywhere else that were having any really meaningful contribution on the ground in Haiti. There are non-governmental organizations that are doing important things in Haiti. I can think of the Mennonite Central Committee here in Canada and the United States. I can think of Médecins Sans Frontières who provide an absolutely indispensable medical service in Haiti. And many others, church organizations, many are involved in building schools or daycares or job training programs. But these are far away insufficient for what is needed in Haiti today. And the funding that's going into Haiti from the United Nations or from Canada or from the United States, it's not going in to tackle the basic problems of economic underdevelopment and of the absence of social services in the country. They're going simply to reinforce the status quo as it is, because, and I believe the reason for that is that Haiti is, number one, a source of cheap labor and cheap resources that these foreign powers want to maintain in that situation. But secondly, I believe that they do not like the example of mobilization and struggle for social justice that's marked Haiti throughout its history. They don't like what President Jean-Bertrand Aristide stood for in his efforts to try and improve the lot of the poorest people of Haiti, and I think that's a tragic policy that we should all be part of in this country in fighting to change. I'll show you some slides that are the people that will make the changes necessary in Haiti. There's a huge spirit of determination and struggle that exists among all of the people that we met. As we were told so often by Haitians, people shouldn't have to live like we live in the 20th century, and that's a very driving force in the thinking and the social aspirations of the Haitian people. These are leaders of the Transport Workers Union that waged a 2-day strike in June against their worsening working conditions. These are people from the north. Port-de-Paix on the left are 3 women organizers for women's rights, social services rights. The tall fellow in the middle is I just talked to him on the phone a couple of days ago, and is reorganizing an association of peasants in the department in the north where he is. Many of the popular organizations were basically dismantled during the 2 years after the coup regime, and they're just getting back on their feet. That applies to the trade unions as well. So the person on the right had been a political prisoner and wanted to tell us his story. This was a very inspiring group of students and young adult students that we met with. We had a kind of a town hall meeting with in their classroom in Cap-Haïtien. This was a town hall meeting in Mont-Saint-Nicolas, the small town that I told you about. The fellow standing is the mayor. I always remember his words. He said, you know, we know what we need here. We've got plans for a tourism industry, to develop a fishing industry, to improve our agriculture, to get some roads built so we can get our agricultural products to market. We know what kind of improvements in schools and in healthcare that we need here. What we don't have, though, is the means to implement these programs. We don't have the money. We keep asking the government for to help us with these things, but they tell us they don't have the funding and the money for it. These are very articulate people who have a very good idea of how you can build a modern, progressive society. On the right is Mario Joseph, who's the leading human rights lawyer in Haiti, and on the left, some of you have met Paul Chéry, who's the leader of the Haitian Workers' Confederation. This was the annual meeting of the Haitian Workers' Confederation. Although the unemployment is almost total in Haiti, the unions continue to survive as institutions because they're part of the social movement of the Haitian people to get in power a government that has the will and the resources to conduct social and economic development so that people can have jobs, and so that unions like theirs can make sure that the jobs are good and get paid a decent wage. This was a very inspiring group of nurses that I met who had left the public health care system because the wages were too poor and they weren't satisfied with the services that they were providing. So they had set up mobile health clinics to go out into the countryside from Port-au-Prince. They were doing this in association with the Transport Workers Union. So they were able to use the bus system to get out to the small villages and then provide services for a nominal fee. It was very heartbreaking to hear their story, because they're not going to be able to continue this for very long if they don't start getting some serious support, both from international organizations and they hope from the government. But of course, the government can only support them if it gets funding to do so. So all those people I've showed you are the one bright spot in Haiti's present situation. The other is what Hugo Chavez here symbolizes. This photo is from his visit to Port-au-Prince in March. He came to Haiti for a day. They had extensive meetings with the government. The Cuba's vice president was there, and I believe a representative of Bolivia's government was there. There were very substantial commitments made to Haiti at that time by Venezuela and by Cuba. Venezuela will undertake the construction of 2 refineries in Haiti. That will be the first time that Haiti has refineries. They will make available road building equipment and the skilled workers to train Haitians how to operate it. There are plans afoot to build educational institutions and hospitals. The total commitments that were made by Venezuela and Cuba over the next 4 to 5 years were in the area of $1 billion. So this is very substantial aid. This is what the more wealthy countries of the world should be doing and need to be doing, and this is an example that we can shame them into in the coming weeks and months. Why does it take a relatively still underdeveloped country like Venezuela to step forward and make this kind of support? And so, knowing that there are friends and allies like that internationally is a great source of inspiration for the Haitian people in an otherwise very, very difficult situation. I recommend you support the campaign of the Mennonite Central Committee, who are pressuring the World Bank to cancel immediately the debts of countries like Haiti. They've been doing and saying some important things about Haiti. One of the few NGOs that's been very forthright about what the real difficulties are in Haiti. There's not a single party in Parliament right now, in the Canadian Parliament, that's willing to talk about these kind of conditions and to speak out against the policies of the U.S., Canada, and France, beginning with the overthrow of the democratic government, but continuing to the failure to assist Haiti in any meaningful way in addressing the economic and social calamity. This is what it's all about. This is why we do what we do, because people like this shouldn't have to grow up in the kind of conditions that I showed you.